Hello, welcome to another special episode in our Workplace Ninja Summit sponsor series. My name is Frans Oudendorp, together with.
Harjit Dhaliwal.
So we're back and we're thrilled to sit down with one of the platinum sponsors. That's 2 Point. Welcome, Andreas.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Andreas, I'm really happy to see you here. I mean, you're such a long time friend and a and a good guy and a good organization. I'm so excited. Um, hey, before we get we get into the nitty gritty about the sponsorship and stuff, can you give a quick overview on how you co-founded the company? Why
Oh,
two?
that's a good question. Yeah. Um, all right, I'll try to keep it brief. But I started working with configuration manager really heavy around 2004 timeframe when I joined 1E and started working with Phil, who's the other co-founder of Two Pine
Yeah,
Software. And one of the first products that we worked on then was peer-to-peer for on-prem, together with back then it was SMS2 and SMS 2003 coming out. So with that, it really started. And for many years, we continued and kept in touch, even after we both left 1E. And then we came across, it was actually doing it for another event for the original Microsoft Management Summit. We were doing a session around hidden gems and sort of lost technology that Microsoft had developed. And one of the things that we looked at there in detail was to use branch cache for peer-to-peer management. And we were actually so impressed by the technology of what it actually how it worked and under the hood. This was when version 2 had come out, so
okay.
people don't really know, but there's two versions of branch cache. Version 2 was vastly better, but of course it came with Windows 8, which didn't have a start
Oh,
menu, so people were mostly complaining about the lack of start menu. So that Windows 8 never really took off. But we were so impressed with the technology that we were like, hey, we can compete on the space by sort of visualizing and showing and setting all of the settings around branch cache. So that's what really founded the company.
amazing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know that detail though, but I've heard you guys talk about different things like the two pints and stuff like that. Oh,
Well, the 2 point, that's really, of course, we were like, okay, we should do something with branch cache, right? Because it's a great technology. But what should we call the company? And then we had lots of different names that we were working back forwards with, but the one that really stuck was like we wanted to have a special kind of company to always focus on being able to drop things if something really interesting came up, right?
right,
Sort of the same way we found cache
right.
technology was by doing another session and we just stumbled upon it, right? So we wanted to continue that, and we always sort of call that as having a two-pint idea. It's
Yeah,
an idea that you sort of come up with after 2 pints. Three
yeah,
pint ideas or 4 pint ideas are not always so good, but the two
right.
pint idea is typically quite good.
Two pints is just the right balance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and then we did not want to do consultancy, right?
yeah.
So we wanted to have software in the name. So basically, that's where it became 2 pint software.
Fantastic.
So never to drop the 2 pint ideas.
Yeah. I
And
like I like the mindset that you have about, you thought way ahead about, where this thing could go, right? You didn't want to focus on, so the name was very important. So you see that in social media too, right? A lot of people will create their social media handles based
yeah,
on a product they're working on or something like that. And when that goes away, now you lose your kind of your identity kind of a thing.
yeah,
It's very hard to. So anyways, fantastic. Thank you.
you're welcome.
And you're joining the Ninja Summit in Baden. What is it, in a few weeks already? No, it's 2 months, and then we're in Switzerland. Um, what does it mean for 2Point to be a platinum sponsor of the Ninja Summit?
Well, we traditionally always been part of the American conferences.
Yeah.
That's sort of who the people that we knew in the community. Two Pine is very strong and always been in the community side. We started on the sort of the My IT forum and some of the other old style forums that existed really before social media took over a lot of these. So we built a lot of friends and sort of uh, community aspect early on, like even before we started Two Pint. And that's something that we really wanted to continue with Two Pint was to continue to educate people and try to be as much part of that as possible. So, but for many, many years, there wasn't really any good system management focused events in the European arena. A lot of people, I don't know if they were just happy to leave Europe for a bit to go to the United States. Potentially, that a lot of them were in Vegas had something to do with it. Uh, but now, as we're actually starting to be able to focus more on the European side of things, we're excited to see that the conference is starting to pop up here as well.
Yeah, and I think at Two Point is started from out the community. You mentioned already why to be in Europe, but it's grown up from the community, and it's that also the importance of being part of it. And now it's an official company for years already.
Yeah, no, definitely. So
Yeah.
I think for us, not as we're having a growing team as well, we can't send all of the people across the pond, etc. So, and we have people that don't like to travel so much. So having the European arena is really, really important to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of the people that you have in your company, you do have some pretty amazing crew that is also very community focused
Yep.
and well known in the industry. So it's an amazing acquisition and balance there to do good things for the community, but also improve your solutions, right?
Yeah. No, definitely. And I think having a lot of that comes from having sort of a high stance and not only looking at it from a sort of sales and marketing event, but more
Right.
as a long sort of career slash community situation where
Yeah.
you can't be mean and and bad to people over time because the system management community is very, very small. So we've always been very open to listening, even to our competitors today. We try to learn and listen and talk to them as much as we can. So I think having that stance over time builds a lot of confidence and then has the ability to attract some of the best mindset in the world because they share the same mindset. We're
Yeah.
not only here to just sell software, we're here to learn from our customers and learn from the people that we talk to at these events.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Uh, Go ahead,
Yeah. Go.
Frans.
Yeah. If I'm in Baden in September and I'm visiting the booth of Two Point, what can I expect?
So traditionally, we've always tried to have as much fun as possible.
Yeah.
But now this year, we're also bringing a larger team probably than ever because we are also celebrating the sort of the 10 year of the company. It's about a year late. We're not always so organized. So, but it's also as we're so geographically dispersed, it's really
Yeah.
hard to get all the people to the sort of the same place at the same time. So now we're actually managed to do one. So we're bringing a lot of our technical people. I think more or less, there are a couple of people that couldn't travel, but most of them will be sort of around. So I think from a product perspective, we've always tried to focus on the peer-to-peer and the
Mhm.
bandwidth side of things. But as our product portfolio has grown, now with the release of or upcoming release of Deploy R, we've had
Yeah.
an enormous amount of interest in that. And I would say it's probably almost tenfolded the interest in that compared to the regular bandwidth and peer-to-peer side of
Oh,
things.
wow.
So yeah,
Yeah.
with sort of the discontinuation of Config Manager and MDT
Right.
and Microsoft pushing the Intune suite, a lot of people are still interested in wanting to do old style traditional deployments.
Yeah.
So we have an enormous amount of interest in that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen a lot of that. It has been a gap. I mean, you have, your traditional sysadmins who have been used to like, wipe and reload and things like that. And that kind of went away, right?
Yeah.
And trying to find different ways of doing it. And then obviously Microsoft is pushing for autopilot, but that's not a image deployment replacement. And so I did see, I have seen a big spike in conversations about deployer. So
Yeah.
congratulations on that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
So,
think both autopilot and some of the other related technologies have an enormous play in the market. I don't really necessarily see a need to wipe a device that is all ready to go.
yeah.
So we're not really looking to replace. So we're also probably showing in September here the ability to track your autopilot and to get much better details around
Right.
that, sort of the same way that we've done around the regular bandwidth and peer-to-peer side of things, to be able to get better data around your autopilot deployments. So that will be showcasing as well.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
I am really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That's because that's one of the pains when deploying Windows in a modern era, so to say.
Yeah.
So, um, um, are there everyone is asking for that? Are there any specific items, swag
Well,
that you that you bring with you?
They always do. They have some
yeah, yeah,
amazing
yeah.
stuff
No, I
every.
think we'll definitely have a lot of swag that we'll bring. A lot of the t-shirts have been extremely
Popular.
popular. It seems to be the ruder the message art on them, the more and more people will actually want to get
The
their hands on
vulgar
them.
they are, the
Yeah,
better they land.
we've had some backlash of that in the United States, where people thought they were too offending. But maybe as we're in Europe, maybe we'll bring back some of
Yeah, don't worry, people
more.
will get over it. But it's actually, it's really, I have to say though, you guys are brave and you guys are not afraid of challenging, mindsets and things like that. It's like, hey, this is who we are. We're not going to change who we are. We are good people. We are good. We do good things and we have good products. And hey, here's how we have fun, right?
Yeah.
So really, kudos to you guys for that stuff, and I love it. Are you guys going to bring the big Lego?
The big enormous Lego fill. Well, I don't know if we are. Okay, yeah, Michelle's shouting left to me my side here, so she's saying we're absolutely bringing an enormous Lego fill.
Yeah.
So he will be coming, and I think there will also be a lot of backpacks that we're bringing.
Ooh,
So
nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
so they've also been extremely popular. So
Yeah, exactly. Now the swag is always amazing. And you guys give out a lot of Lego sets and do a lot
yeah,
of prize giveaways and candy. The candy is also
the
very
candy I
popular.
would say is the most important.
Yeah,
That sort of gets the trickle feed. People come, more or
they
less
want
for
the
the.
sugar.
Yeah, for the Swedish candy, and yeah, and the
Yeah,
whole Swedish candy thing. I had talked to my kids about that. A lot of it is like not really available in other countries. It's sort of a you buy
it's a
instead bagged
niche.
candies, right?
Yeah,
But here in Sweden, it's what we call like loose candy, which is
yeah,
basically you scoop yourself in the store, so you get to decide
yeah.
whatever you want. I haven't really seen that elsewhere.
So speaking of that, I was just a few weeks ago. I was in Copenhagen,
Yep,
and the next day I decided to visit Malmo. A friend of mine lives there, so he picked
yep,
me up from the train station, took me around, went to his house, and I saw the twisted building and the twisted
yep,
tower, whatever it was. Anyways, we get to near his house, and there's a little plaza, and they point to this store. They said that's a candy store, and it has I can't remember how many hundreds and maybe over maybe a couple of thousand
yep,
candies. I'm like, are you kidding me? He said, oh yeah, you gotta go there. So maybe next time. So it's a thing.
yep.
So,
Nice.
anyways, so what's your takeaway from you expect to have from Ninja in Baden and
I think what we like about the European side of things is that typically they are a little bit more ahead when it comes to cloud adoption.
Mhm.
Whether that's because their organizations are smaller or the Europeans are just more skilled in any other way, I don't know, but it could be one or the other. But so with that, it will be interesting to see how they're getting onto the cloud journeys and to see what issues that they've started seeing, if any, etc. So
Yeah.
that's a big learning point for us.
Because I feel like with Windows 11 ending support this year, which is coming up like what, like a month after Ninja, I mean, it's
Yeah.
going to be a significant, it's an important thing for for Tupine as well, right?
I think from what I see it a little bit is like a lot of these enterprises have sort of put their head in the sand. I don't know because they're judging that basically they're going to give Microsoft a big paycheck, or if but
Oh, they were
or
hoping
if
for the next version was going to come out or something.
yeah, well, if or then maybe they're waiting for Windows 12, God knows. But I think there's also an element which is, I mean, I've been in this industry for such a long time now, uh, that typically people probably they've pushed off a lot of this until it will become say after the summer issue, right? So I'm pretty sure that when sort of September and businesses start operating up again here in Europe, there will be a big panic
Yeah,
that they're gonna have to get off.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're personally looking forward to from sessions, topics on the
I
conference?
I think one of the things that we've tried to push a little bit for and to try to see is to get customer stories.
Mhm.
During a lot of the time, we hear from the MVPs and the people in the community but a lot of the time we don't hear from the people that were there to really support, well, a lot of the end customers. So I think if we can see some of that, that would probably be interesting to see the customers themselves on stage asking to how can we as a community help them to solve their issues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And maybe I bring one of them with me, so we can talk with them.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
absolutely. And I think it's something that it used to be more of that long, long, long. I mean, I would now probably go back 20 years, right? Where it was more of that. I think today's legal departments are freaking out. Are we going to tell, are we going to because everybody has these issues, but it's
yeah,
almost like people are afraid to say that they have issues
yeah.
because they might look bad, right?
I have to say though, so I've been on the other spectrum, right, with Microsoft, and again the same thing with customer. We have so many, but a lot of them are hesitant.
Yeah,
They want to say it. They have the pain points. They met the challenges and stuff, but they just like you said, legal and things like that, right?
yeah,
But I've also seen successes with companies like yours when they do sessions at places like Ninja, MMS, or wherever, and during their session, they have a component where they bring a customer or two on
yeah,
stage with them and say, "Hey, listen to these guys. Let them." It comes across a different manner. It's not salesy anymore. It's more like
yeah,
we're the real deal. We actually had this challenge, and we this is how we used it.
yeah.
Um,
But I think it's a hard thing to balance because you
it
don't
is.
want to have the sales who pitches. You want to
Yeah,
focus on the technical problems and how to
right,
solve them, not the technical pitches, right?
right,
Or the
right,
sales who pitches.
right.
Yeah. Thank you. To wrap it up, we have candy, we have swag, backpacks, shirts, whatever on the booth. We have preview, deploy R. We have other new stuff that's coming up
Yep.
that you probably want to showcase on the booth.
Yep.
Um, Anything missing?
That's
I think one of the products that we've actually released this year as well is a cloud enable or like peer-to-peer enablement of non-peerable content. A lot of the
mm,
people that we talk to that are going to Intune, they also hand off the update process for third-party applications to the vendors themselves. So like Adobe, Sun, HP, Dell, like the suppliers will update the systems. And a lot of that time, that content, which can be substantial, doesn't
mhm,
always peer to peer. So we have a component now that sits in the middle that basically peer enables that content.
fantastic. That's great. Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
So, your
And that's
showcase
another
that
that's
on the
another
booth.
2 pint idea actually.
there you go. Yeah, no, it's great. And so we're gonna also have Lego Phil,
Yep.
and great photo opportunity there because it's a unique piece. Hey, who knows? Maybe a party too.
Yep.
Never know. Michelle will pull something up.
You never know.
And please say hello to Michelle too. So
I will do.
yeah. All right.
So thank you. That brings us to an end of this episode. So big thank you to Andreas for being with us today and
Yeah.
give us something behind the scenes of 2 Point and the Ninja Summit. So really look forward to join us to join together in Baden and visit your booth. So thanks for joining us.
See you
Thank you
there,
so much for
Andreas.
having me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And thank you for listening, viewing this interview, and hit the subscribe button so you get the notification of the new other sponsors that we are interviewing. So looking forward to that. Thank you for joining, and until next time.